Hi.
Thank you again for taking the time.
I am talking over you.
It's okay. I'm used to
I'm
this.
so excited.
We're going to pretend like we're in the salon to do the
Yes.
same thing. So this is a very casual conversation. But really, why I wanted to do the pod, and especially with you, is to learn more about Mari and to hear about your new salon and all the exciting things that you're up to.
Yeah.
So I always start with, who is Mari? Tell me a little bit about like your background, about your family, all of that.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Okay, I love talking about myself. So, okay, I was born September 27th, 1987. And I think I grew up just always wanting to kind of dance to the beat of my own drum, right? Like I was always doing my own thing and always wanting to just talk with everyone and be the center of sort of, you know, making everyone laugh and be happy. And I think, oh my God, what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing right now?
It's
Like, what am I
You're
doing?
doing exactly what you just said. You like to talk about yourself.
Oh my God, like, what am I doing? Hold on, we're gonna need to
Okay,
wait 75%.
backtrack.
Yeah.
You were
Okay,
born.
hold on, I know. Hold on, guys. Okay, we're majorly editing this, right? Obviously. Okay. So you asked me a great question.
Who is Mari?
Right. Okay. I think I'm just someone that genuinely wants everyone to be happy, and I want to have fun, and I want to be kind, and I want to help people be the best versions of themselves, right? And I think that doing hair has allowed me to be a part of that for people, and having people in and getting to talk to everyone through the appointment and learning about them, right? So it's not only me just doing your hair and you leave. Like you and I, we become friends. I know about your life, you know about my life, and I think that's what makes me go, right? Like I'm not passionate about hair. Right. I'm just passionate about people. And I think that's where I was trying to get by running around this whole subject. We got there. People, like my passion is people. And so I think that's who I am. That's who I've been my entire life. Just someone that's wanting to make people feel good or happy or make your day better. Or if you're going through something in life, I want to make everything better. And so I think I've just always been like that. And it's translated a lot into my work. And obviously I'm someone that I like to be entertaining, and this job allows me to literally do that every single day for people.
Yeah. So let's go back a little bit and talk about, because we just spoke about this before off camera. You're a stand-up comedian.
Yes.
Like, so even further back, you were always like that child, because I was the opposite.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like to think I was the opposite. I always say I was quiet, and my mom's like, yeah, no, you were the first one on the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
But were you always like that as a child? Always entertaining?
Always. I would literally make my family sit on the couch, and I would make up dances. My dad has videos of me doing little Hawaiian dances, and I would make him sit for literal, bless his heart, for hours, and just recording me doing like funny little skits and dances, and yeah.
So then when did you, stand-up comedy, like, I don't think I know anyone that does stand-up comedy for a career. So like, tell me more about how.
Okay, so it wasn't exactly a career. It was more of just something to do while I was working in Los Angeles. Okay. After I graduated from college, I had a history degree, and my trajectory was to go to law school. But last minute, I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to put that on hold and move to Los Angeles and be famous. So so I moved to Los Angeles, and I thought, okay, what could I do where it would allow me to stay in Los Angeles and work while I'm trying to obviously like be famous, all that. Yeah. And that was hair. So that's how I got into hair, was to stay in Los Angeles and try to pursue the stand-up career and acting and all that stuff.
So actually hair was like the side hustle.
Literally.
And the goal was
hair. Yes. The goal, marry Leonardo DiCaprio, be a stand-up comedian.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And truly that is what I wanted. And I thought, what could I do that it will allow me to live in Los Angeles, make money, and work? And it was hair. And so that's what brought me down there. And while I was there, I did stand-up. I worked on a TV show as like an assistant for the creator in the writer's room. And I feel like I've done so much in my life. But hair has kind of been a little bit of a constant. But while I was there, I just randomly did a stand-up show one time, and I'm not gonna lie,
And you were really good.
not gonna lie, I was pretty good, and so it was just something that I would do all the time, and it was so much fun. It was incredible. I loved doing it.
What I love is like how honest you are about that, because I speak to so many people about these things, and so for me, my career was very much, I knew what I was going to do. This is my passion, and that's what I've done.
Yeah.
And then I had all these different things along the way to help me get to the end goal. But yours is almost the opposite. And I love that you're honest about that.
Oh my God.
It's like, this was never meant to be
No,
where I am.
I am not, and I love, like, some hairstylists, which I love so much, they're so into hair. I am not at all. I'm not, it's not my passion. I don't go to bed thinking about hair. I don't watch hair videos, and I just ended up, and I know this is going to sound kind of weird, but I just ended up being really, really good at it. And I was lucky along the way to have people that mentored me, that really shaped me to becoming even better. But it was one of those just natural abilities that I had, but it was never something where I will not be that girl that, when I was 6 years old, I used to do people's hair. No.
You were dancing.
I was like,
for your dad.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, no, I was a performer. And I think this job works for me because every day I get to, I think, exercise that part of what I think makes me tick. I wouldn't be able to not, some people might think I'm extra or whatever, and I'm so extra, and I love that about myself, and so many people love that about me. So I love that I'm able to make connections with all my clients, and that's kind of what.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, because that's something that I said to you. I know from knowing you in the last few years how Mary in the wrong environment is not the Mary.
No,
so we'll speak about that more. Tell me about, because you come from a family of entrepreneurs, right? Like your dad has restaurants, and so tell me a little bit more about like growing up in that type of environment.
So my dad came here from Lebanon. I mean, not here, the States, with nothing. And he was the hardest, I feel like I'm going to cry right now, but he was just like the hardest worker ever, right? Like you always think back to your immigrant parents, and like he did stuff I would never even think to do, right? Like walking in the rain, miles to working till 5 a.m, then going back at 8 a.m. Just, he hustled because he had a family, and he like didn't even speak English when he came over here. So he went to university trying to pick out classes. Like he tells me these stories, and I'm over here like, oh my God, I'm complaining about like, my God. And he's just went through all of this, right, to give us the best life ever. And so I think he is my main motivation, where I just want to make him so proud. And I have seen what he has done, and he is so successful and so amazing at what he does. If he is me, like times 100, right? So he's just like amazing. But I think that's where I get it, where I've seen the life that you can have by working for yourself and just being persistent with it. And that's what he did. And my mom also had her own business. She's always been a hustler. And so it's been really like super inspirational to see where he came from and I actually went back to Lebanon and visited where he came from. And I swear to God, it was like, it's just such an amazing story. And I think he always tells me all the time that the American dream for him was never the white picket fence or anything. He said the American dream for him is being able to give his kids the life that he never had. And he totally did. And I've taken everything that he's done, and now I'm trying to show him that, like, I saw everything that you've done, and I want to be just like you, basically.
Oh my God. It's so interesting, because I always knew you were close to your dad just from seeing like on social media. And my story is very similar. I saw my dad struggle for years, do the 2 jobs, and he'd have to take us with him, because I'm like you, just one brother, and very close to my brother. So I think that's why a lot of like when I see stuff on your social media, I'm like, I get that. And close to my mom, but my dad is like, he's just the hard worker and doesn't complain.
Totally.
Get on with it. But also the one that's like, you can do whatever you want. Like, I don't care as long as you're happy. So everything you just said, it like resonates with me so much. So you moved to Cayman when? First time?
I moved here, my first stint here was in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, and I moved here from Los Angeles.
So how did you come here the first time? What brought you here?
So I had just turned 30, and I was working on the TV show, and I think I just Los Angeles is such a hustle. Like it is dog eat dog. And I think I had my birthday and I'm like, how long am I going to stay down here? How long am I going to try to live this life? And there are so many people that are such hard workers, that are so ambitious. But when I tell you, I'm not one of those people that's going to be 47 years old and like still doing 5-minute sets at the Comedy Store. You know what I'm saying? And it was so much fun and so amazing. But there are girls that will do that, or there are, you know, men and women that will do that. And I think I just always wanted more. Like I was like, there has to be something more. I was doing hair on the side, and so I figured, okay, like why don't I just do hair again? And I knew I didn't really know any like the cool techniques, and I saw a salon here was hiring, and I mean I think and I messaged and I was like, hey, look, I want to work for you. Like, you're so amazing. And she did me such a solid, probably changed my life. And she hired me. And I'm always going to give her that credit because 100% she.
You have to give props to Kelly.
Kelly.
And it's funny when you said earlier on about hair not being your passion. That's the first time I've heard you say that. But it makes so much sense now because I remember when you came the first time and, you know, I've been a client of Kelly's for, I don't even know, 12 years now. And she is so amazing at what she does. She's got all these accolades. And I often think, like, why would anyone leave hair, no pun intended, salon, to go and work anywhere else? Because she is like top dog here. But going back to what you said, like before, I'm like, makes sense now. Because that's not what's important to you. The other things are important.
Totally.
Like, you can have all the techniques, all the tools, but that's not what is really
and that's the thing. And so she hired me and I came here literally a month later. I'd never even been here before. I couldn't even pick it out on a map.
That is so crazy.
And it was incredible. And like she mentored me and like, I'll always give props to her. I owe her probably
And
so
then
much.
you were here for how, because then you left,
So
right?
so because of COVID, COVID did a sweep of everyone's life and I moved back home. I had in California, everything was shut down. It was so wild and no one could work. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was also freaking out because I've just left all my friends here. And that's when I decided I opened my own business. And I was like, I'm just doing it. I'm going to open my own business. It's time. I had no clients. And I just was like, I'm going to make it. There's no other outcome other than me absolutely killing it. And
it's okay. You can say it.
I killed it. I did. And it was, I think I took a lot of what I learned here from Kelly and just seeing her business. And I kind of was like, I want to do that too.
And you still have that salon now?
Yeah. So it's like, I have like a little salon suite. So it's not like a huge salon.
Right.
But and so I did it. I didn't want to work for anyone. So I think the only way to really have your business like that is to do like your own thing in a salon, little salon suite. And so I opened one. I had no clients. I'd maybe have like one client a week for a couple weeks. I never knew, but there was no other choice, and it was great. I'm so glad I did it.
And then, so what year was that?
This was in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then COVID happened. We were in our own little like bubble for a long time. So when did you come back to Kingman?
So I came back. When did I come back? I came back a little over a year ago in April.
Okay.
Yeah. And I came back because life where I'm from in California, northern from Sacramento, it's just all my friends, I love them, but everyone's married. Everyone has multiple offspring. Just a completely different, lifestyle, right? That I'm sort of used to. And I lived with my parents, which I absolutely loved, in their backyard. It was awesome. Like I love it. But I had no social life. And I would always come back here to Island because I have so many friends here. So I'd always be visiting every 2 or 3 months. I'd come and
that's why I felt like you've been back way longer than a year
because
ago,
I'd always
here.
I was always here because I loved it here, you know, but I just had to leave because of COVID. But so I came back the second time, and my mom literally said to me, she's like, I love you so much, but I cannot have you here every Friday and Saturday night watching Dateline. Like, you can't.
Oh my gosh.
Because I love me some Dateline, but that's what I liked. Like, I worked really, really hard, and then I would come home and chill, because at that point I had been home for 4 years. And when I tell you, I worked so hard to build that business. There's some days I would work like 28 days in a row. I took no time off. Every weekend I worked. Every Saturday, Sunday. Like, if you wanted to come in early, I'll go early. You wanted to stay late. I said yes to everyone. And I built. So it came a point where I was almost booked almost like a year in advance.
Wow.
Yeah. And so.
And then it's hard to get out of that loop.
Yes.
Because you have to do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
And this is what is so funny, because now people go to me, oh, you're always traveling, you're always this. And I'm like, yeah, but you forget the last 17 years.
Totally.
When I'm like you, at the beginning, you say yes to everything, you work every hour. And the other thing is, when you are in those, the industries we're in, and you're talking all day long, you get home and you're like, I do not want to leave.
No, I can't.
I don't want to speak to anybody.
Yeah.
So you can become actually quite antisocial.
Yeah.
Because you just don't have like that energy in you by the end of the week.
Or even, like, as you know, when you're a business owner, you come home and your job doesn't stop with coming home. So you come home and you shower and you put Dateline on, and then you're on the couch, and then you get a text.
Dateline? I don't even know what
Dateline is.
No.
Dateline? Oh,
you know Dateline? No.
Okay, Dateline. So it's like someone kills their husband or like a cheating boyfriend or something, and it's the whole case is about them trying to solve it. And it's,
oh my gosh, that sounds horrific.
It's amazing. It is amazing. And I'm going to send you Dateline episodes.
Oh
okay, it's like
God.
2020. You know 2020?
No.
What?
No. I've been in Cayman 17 years.
Okay.
Remember, I don't watch TV.
Next time we hang out, girl, we're having a Dateline thing. So anyway, it's just like little murder shows. It's like that, like your parents would watch or something, right?
Okay.
And so you come home, you're watching some murder, and then someone texts you and goes, hey, can I come in at Monday at 2 o'clock?
Like
and then you get your...
I'm like, can you fit me in 2 hours?
Yeah, no, totally. Or like, so you get your phone and you just work. And the thing is, I love it. Because I don't think that there's anything on this world other than being your own boss. There's nothing. Like, my mom always told me, money is freedom and independence. And that is something that I literally think of when I feel run down, or I don't want to go to work, or I just, like my mom, I just think of her like, money is freedom and independence. And that's what I want. I don't want a boss. I don't want someone telling me what to do. I want to make my own money. And I've always prided myself on the fact that I do that, and I don't need anyone for anything. So, a lot in this world, we want to meet and we want to date some, like dating and everything. But I've always wanted to be someone where it's like, I can do everything that, it's like I can just do it for myself.
There's a lot of people that, like, dating-wise, relationships, they're stuck in relationships or situations because they don't have that financial freedom or what. Okay, so with you talking about working for yourself, because I talk about this all the time. I don't think I could ever work for anyone. No. Just because I've been doing this for so long, but also I just know myself. So you came back and you did work at a few different salons.
Girl, I bounced, and God bless the people I worked for.
About this,
yeah.
Like,
no, of course. I probably am not the easiest person to have work for you, because sometimes I get such anxiety, or like I said, hair hasn't been my passion. So when I trained, I went to beauty school, but then when I worked in Los Angeles, I worked with a colorist. So that was my main focus. I never learned cutting or men's cuts or anything like that. So my primary focus was color. And so, sometimes when people want me to do things, I'm like, I literally can't do that. And I will tell someone no, because I don't feel comfortable. I'm not like fake it till you make it with hair. And God love every single person that I worked for on this island. Shout out to them at Rock Gorgeous, at Lyft, because I know I was probably so annoying at some point, but I think they were really, really understanding, especially at Rock Gorgeous. Omar was so understanding about, it's just, once you work for yourself, it is so hard to work for someone else. And I loved working, like I loved the girls there. I loved everything. It's just, I think once you have the freedom of knowing what it's like to be like, maybe I'll take tomorrow off or do this. And they were so gracious to me, honest to God. Like, I think they were really, really good sports about it. I'm not going to lie, because it probably was super annoying. And I feel like I was just in a whirlwind of confusion,
Well,
you know.
I think also the thing is, in Cayman, you come here on a work permit. So
Yeah.
you are, same with me when I first came here. Like, I worked at King's.
Yeah.
There was not many options.
The
King's
skating?
Sports Center.
Oh, okay.
That is where I worked when I first, because there were like 3 gyms on island. And you're on a work permit, so you don't have that freedom. But, you know, you come to the island, you think, oh, yeah. But the reality is like, and as an employer, you're an employee now, when you're paying these work permit fees and, you know, insurance and all of the pension, everything else, you don't want an employee that is like, can I take Tuesday off and Thursday off?
No,
because
of course.
they're there to make you money.
Yeah.
So you see both sides of it with
Yes.
time. But I think that is the hardest thing. And I think the fact that you recognize it, like, that's what's important. Because you would just continue to be unhappy no matter. It was never the environment.
No,
it was just, you knew it.
No,
you're not able to be put in a box.
That's the thing, right? And I'm so thankful that they were so understanding about it. And I think people that know me know that I would never come from like a malicious, you know, point. And I'll try to finish up the work permit. But I think when I came here, my goal was to have my own spot. That was my goal. And so I think I overshot what I would be able to handle being an employee again. And like, I'm so thankful. So I first obviously came to Lyft when I came back, and she was so amazing to have hired me again. And I was so grateful. But I just can't work for someone. And it's not because they were bad people to work for at all. They were amazing. It's just once I had the experience of having my own thing, that's what I knew. I'm like, I just have to get there. And eventually, like, thanks to them being so amazing with letting me leave and, you know.
So at what point, so where was you were at Lyft and you were at Rock Gorgeous, right? So then at what point were you like, what was the first step? Were you like, I need to find a location, or like, what was your thought process? Because Cayman's very different to like.
So I think my first step was I need to find a partner. I need to find someone that I trust enough, that will be super supportive, that there won't be any weird custody battles in case something goes wrong.
My favorite topic.
You know, like I knew I had to make it happen. And yeah, because I've also heard horror stories where
So for people that don't know, because we assume everyone knows, but Cayman is very different setting up a business. So obviously in the US, in the UK, you know, we can open a business 100% be ours. But in Cayman, the business structure or the infrastructure is that it has to be 60% Caymanian owned, 40% expat. So yes, not only do you need to find a partner, you need to find a Caymanian partner.
Yes.
And I like that you said, no custody battle or whatever, because I always say to people, you literally have to go into this like a marriage.
Yeah.
You have to find somebody that you trust, someone that you're able to communicate, because there's going to be good times and bad times. And someone that if the relationship does go sour, you have an exit plan that protects you. So yeah,
a marriage almost seems easier.
Well, I could speak on this all day, but I'm going to hear your story first. So you had to find a business partner.
Yeah, so that was kind of the first step. And so I found one, and she's great. And she's just been such a guiding light for me.
And she's a friend, right?
Yeah. And so supportive. And I think that was not that it wasn't easy by any means, but it was an easy decision for me to want to go into business with her, because I just knew, I'm like, this is always going to be great. And she has not proved me wrong. So this is awesome. And yeah, and then I get to work every day with one of my best friends. It's just she and I at work.
So
and
it's the two of you. And that's the plan, just to be the two of you, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless we absolutely take off. But my main thing is I love to be on my own. I like to create a different experience when people come in. I like to put my iPad on, Dateline, whatever.
Is that what I'm going to see in the salon?
Whatever.
I know Netflix is a big thing.
Yeah, no, totally, because it's just different. Like sometimes you don't want to talk, and sometimes maybe I don't want to talk. You know what I mean? maybe I went out the night before. Maybe I had a weird date the night before. Well, if I did, I'd probably want to talk about it. But
I actually don't mind. I always want to catch up.
yeah, of course, yes. But
I'm an every 2 week girl.
yes.
So there's always something.
But
I get it.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want to go in, sit down, watch something on Netflix, and not talk. And so I wanted to create just a small space for people. To be honest, I don't have really any ambition of opening like a huge salon with multiple other people. I just want to have my cute little salon. I want to have my cool clients, and that's pretty much like as far as.
So tell me about the name.
Okay.
How you came about that.
Okay, so this was a labor of love trying to figure out the name because that's important, right?
Oh my gosh, the branding.
Yes.
I spoke to, so when I interviewed Julian Foster and we spoke about this, like how important branding is. So yeah.
It would, and I'm like, okay, what should it be called? I'm like, should it be called Mari? Should it be, and I'm like, I'm like, what,
Not
what could
self-obsessed.
Yeah, no, I know, right? Like no one's full of themselves, but I don't know. I just was like, this is really important. And I went off and on with different names and I don't know, like, I was just thinking, shades of hair and different shades of hair, shade. And I just was like, and I just wrote it and then I put a little dot and I'm like, oh, shade. I don't know.
Is it shade or shades?
Shade.
Shade.
Yeah. We're not a sunglass shop, no.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Shades. No, Shade, yeah.
And the font?
Yeah.
Because straight away I saw Skims. I was like, oh, girl. Of course, this has to be Mari's salon.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, no one's obsessed with the Kardashians. I don't know. So, but no, and I loved the name. I thought it was cool because there are so many different shades, right? It's like I have.
And you said that's your thing, like color, like that's
that's my thing. It's like that would be my number one thing is color, and so that's basically it. And I just love how I love blondes. Like I love doing blondes. And I have black hair and everyone thinks that's so funny because it's like, oh my God, you don't have any highlights, or it's like I can't highlight my hair because I'm too big of a freak. But
I tried a few times.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'll just go home and look at it and be like, this one little piece. So that's how I came up with the name. It wasn't anything crazy rocket science-y. I think I just was like, that's kind of a dope name.
Did it take you a long time to come up with it? Or it came to you quick?
Like a little bit, because I swear to God, I wanted to call it Mari. I wanted to just like call it Mari, and I'm like, oh yeah, Mari, that'd be cute. That'd be really cute on 7 Mile. And then I don't know, it just kind of came to me because I don't know. I honestly don't even know how it came to me.
And what about like with your business partner, those types of decisions? Is that something that was like, this is all you make those decisions, or is this something that you discuss?
I mean, there's a discussion, but it's only because I'm trying to be polite. But like when I thought of the name Shade, I'm like, this is what it's going to be called. There's no.
Again, I love that you're honest about this.
Yeah.
Because, again, I keep saying about business partners, but I really feel like people need to understand how important it is. And you guys are still early into the process, and I'm sure you'll be amazing business partners the whole way through. But there's going to be times where things will come up and somebody does have to take the lead.
Yeah.
Like I just had it this week with a situation with my business partner, and he made a decision on something and I was like,
okay,
I would not have done it that way.
Yeah.
But I have to respectfully like, okay,
right.
Let's try it your way.
That's definitely.
And then the whole time I'm like, this isn't going to work. It isn't going to work.
Yeah.
And then literally 2 days later, I was like, let's now try it my way.
Yeah.
And only because experience-wise, like I've been doing this much longer. I know how to deal with these. We've had similar situations before, but sometimes you have to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Oh my gosh,
where it's like, I need you to back off a little bit and let me do this, and vice versa, right? So I feel like even just knowing the two of you, you're like polar opposites.
We're such opposites, and I think that's why it works. Because I think if there were 2 of me, oh my God.
They could never.
Watch out. No, never. But I think that's why it works, because we're so complementary, and so I will be on the verge of a mentee bee, and she'll just calm me down. Yeah. And she'll talk reason. And I think she's the sweetest angel on earth, because I think she just wants me to be happy, because I think she'll know how miserable she is if I'm not. Yeah. So I think we're like totally in a relationship where she's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, okay, honey, like whatever. And I'm like, okay, because I think ultimately she knows that I've done this before, right? I've had my own business. I've had a very successful business on my own. So I think she trusts me to make these
very
decisions
important.
because she knows that.
And also because she is so, this is why obviously we would love to have her here too, but
Yeah.
she is so quiet and so keeps herself to herself. But you also do need someone like you to market the business, to put the name out there, because you guys have existing clients, but running a business, even on a small island, you constantly have to put your brand out there. So not to say, she wouldn't do it,
Oh
but
my God, yeah.
it's just not in her personality.
And
right? So you need that.
She is so like, she loves the fact that I'll be the one to want to do this and I'll be the crazy, wild, outspoken one. And like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love her so much, because she's just such a support in every way. There's never been any jealousy. There's never been any, you're going to get more recognition sort of. It's never been like that. And it could never. Yeah. And so,
so talk to me about, because you've literally been open 1 month.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know, it's crazy. 1 month.
Let's get into the nitty gritty a little bit about just starting up a business. Yeah. Because again, it's not as easy as people think.
No.
So we've spoken about choosing the right partner.
Yes. Location.
Yes. Did you know you wanted to be on 7 Mile? Was you set on that, or were you kind of like,
I was so desperate to do my own thing, and I was actually working. Okay, I worked at another salon actually, Hair by Pasquale, right next door to me. Yeah, I forgot. I know. I don't know. Yeah.
Like, oh, hi, neighbor.
And after my work permit ended, I needed someplace to work, and they were renting a chair. And they showed up for me in a time where I just was like, I feel like my life kind of, was taking off in every sort of direction, and I didn't know which way to go.
Which is normally when these moments happen.
Right. Yeah, totally. And so this was a great opportunity for me, and that was my first taste of kind of being my own boss here, being able to come and go. And randomly, I was looking everywhere for a spot. I didn't care where it was. I just was like, I need something that I can fit out and just have. I was just thinking about doing a salon by myself. It was I never planned to do it like with someone.
Okay.
And so this spot came up, and she showed it to me, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is perfect. Perfect.
I mean, location-wise,
literally
you
perfect.
Couldn't get more perfect.
And I literally messaged the real estate person, and I was like, do not show this to anyone. I'll take it.
Right.
Like, don't. It's fine.
So from that day, how long did it kind of take you before?
Okay, so from that day, we signed everything. That I want to say was in end of June, beginning July.
Wow.
Yeah.
So fast.
It was fast. Really fast. Yeah. Chop, chop. There is no time at the present.
What was there before?
A little nail salon.
Oh, so it was already a salon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how it was advertised. And and so we fitted it out. That wasn't easy.
I've never had those type of situations. Mine have been like 2-3 years.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Every time I've done a business, it's been from scratch. So
yeah, exactly. And
that's why I'm asking, because I'm like, I would never again do it that way.
Yeah.
I want to do it that way.
Well, and so that's what I thought I was going to have to do, right? So I thought I would go into a space and then have to put plumbing in and the sink and like, yes. And that's not the fun stuff for me.
No, it's not the fun stuff for any of us.
No,
and that's also the expensive stuff. That
exactly.
People...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
and so it was I think it was just meant to be. And so we just ended up doing it together. I think she was ready as well, and it was totally not a planned thing whatsoever. And it's perfect, and I love it. I love my little location.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm actually like so excited for you guys.
Thanks. Yeah.
And I've seen it already. It's very cute.
Thank you.
It's very cute. So what would you say so far has been the hardest part about setting up a business here?
I think so I think for me, it was pretty easy because I had such an amazing business partner to help me with it. So it wasn't, it was everything, and everything happened so quickly, and she was so supportive. But the hardest thing, oh God, I think maybe all the paperwork. right? Like making sure everything's turned in
Yeah.
on time, and am I gonna like,
And I said
just
that never ends. You
Yeah.
know that, right? It
Great.
never ends.
I mean, look, I don't know how long I'm gonna be
That's
here.
why I was asking. I was like, so who's going to take on that role? Because that's my role
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
business.
Oh, yeah.
I deal with all of that,
Yeah.
and it never ends.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And so, but I am so lucky to have a business partner that's so on top of it. And so, I mean,
because again, going back to the partnerships, this is where you have the creative and all
Yeah.
of that, but then you do need someone to do the boring
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And that's what I like. For me, I'm really good at boring
Yeah.
stuff, and I always say like I hide behind the scenes. I like to do all that stuff. I'm a Virgo, so we're like spreadsheets for
Yeah.
everything. But if you don't have that partner, it's not easy. So okay, yeah, no, I get that. Paperwork. Wait till you get more employees if that happens.
Well, I was gonna say, I feel like you are boss level 100. You are here.
No, I mean,
I'm like baby boss, yeah, boss baby
I'm,
boss.
Now I'm like, we're only hiring key managers.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see a work permit. I don't.
Well,
want,
that's
I'm
the thing,
so
right? So it's like I give
sick of-
you so much credit because from what I've even had to do, and it's a small little thing. Like, look, I'm not.
Yeah.
You've had so many businesses, and you probably had to hire people from all over and gone through this where it's myself that annoys me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the one, like, I'm annoyed of myself. I'm like, God, Mari,
so
you
when
American, annoying.
When I got my status this year when was that, March? And I remember going, oh my God, at least that's like one less thing I have to do every year, because every year I'm like, oh, I didn't have to do work permits anymore. I was like, oh, I need to do my annual payment and I need to do this.
Right.
And I'm like, no more paperwork.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think
so
that's
nice.
the most grilling part. But I think for me, realistically, not that I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't know that I'm so close with my family. I don't know. I mean, unless.
But you still have your business back at home.
Yeah.
Like.
So, okay. So I have both. And so every 6 weeks I'll go back and take care of my clients there.
That's like the dream.
Yeah.
To go back and forth.
Except when you have to spend the night in the Dallas airport, which happened. And I was hugging my backpack like, oh my God, am I going to get robbed? Like, this is awful. So yeah, unless that happens.
We have, Cayman Airways has the direct flights now, right?
Yeah.
Is that all year round?
Yeah, but I got miles with American. And so, yeah. But that's happened to me the last 2 times. So it does.
Oh, shoot.
It does get grueling. But the thing is, sometimes, and because I wasn't that busy here before my business. So I'd go home and work, right? And so, but it was worth it to me. And I love all my clients back home too, because literally my clients aren't even just my clients. Like, they're my actual friends. Like, that is how I feel about every single one of my clients. Like, you will come in and you will learn everything about me for the last 4 years. And that's how I love it, right? And that's why I keep going back and forth, because if I didn't like my clients in California, there's just no way I would go back to do it. Yeah.
It's so funny because, like, when I think of, you as like a stylist and stuff, you do have a certain type of clientele, but I think that's just natural. People like, you vibe with you have to, whether it's you're getting your nails and getting your hair done, you need to like who your hairstylist is, especially if you're getting color, because you have to sit and have hours with them.
Like, if you don't like this
you put
personality
Netflix in front of me, I'm gonna be like so offended.
No,
like,
never. I would never. No, because we always have too much to say.
But it is, and I remember actually saying this to Kelly. I was like, it is very important to have the right stylist. And same with my workplace, right? I got to have the right people, because not everyone fits in every environment. And I think that when I think of you, it just makes sense for you to have your own salon, because you are very much like,
I'm different.
You're different. And I said this to you, as like, I saw the difference in you when it was like, marriage.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
So it's great that you are in your own environment and you can be your own self, because I think the clients pick up on that too. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I always tell people, I feel like I am not for the weak, right? Like, I'm just not, whether it's relationships or working relationships. It's just, I know that I'm a very acquired taste, and I feel like I've been like, for the most part, people usually really like me, but it's like some people might not, and that's okay, and that's life, and I totally understand that. It's weird, but but that's just how it is, right? And I think having my own space, that's why I like it, because I could just be exactly who I am, the crazy, wild
So what happens when you get so busy at this salon? Do you think you can still be able to keep both, or do you think?
Yeah, oh no, I'm 100% because I love going back to see my family and my little nephews and seeing everyone there, and it's little my cat.
Oh, you have a cat.
Oh my God. Her name is Boo, and she's the most beautiful thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She actually maybe looks like you as a cat. No, it's like she has these really beautiful eyes. It's like she's so cute. So I love going home because then it keeps me grounded. And like I said, I don't know if this place is a forever place for me, but my goal was to come here and open a business.
Be careful, you might get sucked in. I said that. I was like, 1 year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Never say never. Never say never. But yeah, I'm just wanting to build up here and just kill it.
You are killing it, you guys. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thanks.
So let's do a few quick fire questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
I almost really want you to just do like a comedy sketch.
Oh my God.
I want to see that.
Maybe everyone asks, like literally everyone asks me that here. They're like, when are you going to do it? And maybe someday I would, but I'm not
like
sure.
This last weekend or something.
Oh, really?
Some comedy show. You should totally get involved in that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or your own podcast.
Yeah, oh my God, I know, right? We're like, segue.
That one you can call Mari.
Yeah. Totally.
Mari, the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just said that your passion isn't hair, but I'm going to ask you anyway because I want to know because your hair always looks amazing. What is your number one product that you cannot live without?
My number one product that I cannot live without is Unite Texturizer Spray.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 7 seconds because that's like my go-to.
No, I like that too as well, but Texturizer. Okay. I don't know if you can put it here on the screen.
We can drop that in.
Yeah, so my hair can be quite flat, I feel like.
Mine too.
Because it's super curly. So to get it looking like,
Oh, I thought you were
I was not born perfect, girl. No. And so I have to blow dry it, and then I have to straighten some of the top so it doesn't puff, and then I have to curl it. It's a whole process for this. Okay. But the texturizing spray, I feel like it just adds some oomph and like gives it some grit. Because I feel like here you just need a little grit.
You use that. Yeah. That's where I go wrong. I don't use that.
Because if you don't, it's like too silky and smooth and
that's the problem.
Yeah, that's just like such a problem.
Do you sell the products at your salon?
We are going to. Okay. Yeah. Just figuring it out. And like it's just been there's so much that we've had to do and everyone
I'm like, come on.
We don't even have shelves.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. My next question, what is the best advice you've ever been given?
The best advice.
Maybe what your mom said earlier.
I know, right?
That was actually, but is there anything else?
My dad says, be happy, be healthy. My mom says, money is freedom and independence. And honestly, I think that's just the best advice. And like my parents always tell me, like, be kind, be nice. And that's kind of how I live my life.
I'm going to send you a song that my dad always used to play. It's by Tim McGraw, and it's called Humble and Kind.
Yes.
And it's the lyrics, you're going to cry.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's all about that.
I love that,
saying, I know you have mountains to climb, but just always be humble.
Yes.
It's like, seriously.
That is literally how, like that's how I live my life. Like
And then my last one, this is probably the most important question ever. So Kim Kardashian.
Oh, I'm like, I'm single now.
Blonde or black?
Black.
Has to be, right?
Oh, yes. I mean,
I had to ask.
Like, no, either way, she's like the most incredible, but like, I think the black.
Yeah. I think stick to what,
Yeah.
I mean, black.
We're like, hold on. We're like, no, black.
Not that mine's black, but
it just hits different.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like nobody has dark hair anymore. Everybody has highlights. And I know that's a huge part of my job, and I love keep getting highlights. But yeah, it's just sometimes
stick to your roots.
Stick to the roots.
Well, that's it from
fun.
me.
There's something else you want to know?
Is there anything else? You asked she's single. She didn't want to put that out there.
I think maybe for you, because you are like, what's your number one piece of advice that you would give new business owners here?
Here in Cayman, the business partner thing, honestly, is so important to me. So I will give you a bit of where that comes from. So when I started Ride, let me just put it for what it is. I needed a Caymanian business partner. And I already had the lease. Very much, I'm like you, like jump all in, let's go for it. But I didn't have the partner. So somebody had suggested a certain person to be my partner, but I didn't know them well enough. Anyway, long story short, all well and good, the business starts booming. I'm making money. All of a sudden, when money starts getting made, things happen.
Yeah, okay.
So the mistake I made that I want to like preach to everybody is make sure you are a director on your own business. Because being an owner, so I was obviously 40% owner, they were 60%, actually gives you no rights here. If you're not a director on your own business, they can essentially push you out to your own business, which is what happened to me. So I showed up one day for a board meeting and they were like, so we're actually decided that we're going to go forward with the business without you. And I went to different attorneys, and because I was like, what do you mean? It's my business.
Yeah.
I started it, my idea, my name on the lease,
Yeah.
all of that. But the way the laws work here, if you're not a director, you actually have no say.
Oh, wow.
And then as an expat,
Yeah.
how it works, the structure is you need 2 Caymanians for every, so for directorship, you need 1 expat, 2 Caymanians. So there's always.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
But that's my biggest advice is make sure you're a director on your own business.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's what people should know, right? Like, I feel like you have so much knowledge.
Well, I've just been through a lot of good and bad, right?
Yeah.
And that was a big part of, part of doing this, but also you can tell I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
But what did that mean is like literally they ripped my business away from me. So 3-4 years of all the work and like gone. And there's nothing you can do. So I actually used to always say that, I'd be like, when I get my status, I want to like educate people on this stuff because I will never be the Caymanian partner because I can be a Caymanian partner now. I was like, I will never be that person that does that to somebody else. So that would be my key advice.
Okay, there you go.
Looking into directorship.
That's probably way more interesting than anything I've just said.
It's so boring, but it's so key,
no, it's
right?
so interesting. Yeah. Well, it's important because I think, and look, if you don't want to own your business, that's okay. I would never sit here or judge anyone for not wanting to have your own business. Some people don't want to, and that's totally okay. But I think there's nothing more fulfilling than doing that. But it's important to know all of the steps needed along the way, because if you mess up, I mean, there's just so much writing on it.
There was literally no going back.
Yeah.
And as I said, I went to many different attorneys, and they're like, you can fight it, but the reality is you didn't sign the right paperwork to protect yourself. So that would be my key
I think it's all just learning. And I think maybe that's one thing I forgot to say is this whole thing has been an incredible journey for me, learning everything, whether it's ordering color, whether it's hiring contractors or, just things that I'd never think I would have. I have not thought about air conditioning more in my actual life than I have the last month.
Oh my God, there's so much. And then the second thing, just because I'm thinking about it now, that's why I asked about your process with the, because you just started a new business, but leases. I don't think people understand leases as much as they should going in, because we get so excited about the process and we're like, buy the equipment and, buy the products and this is how I'm going to make my logo is going to look like. So with leases, this is another failure of mine, but again, I didn't know. I am currently still paying for a lease.
Stop.
Because I was going to open a studio and we signed the lease, but then we couldn't get a contractor, and then planning was taking so long. So I've been paying rent for 2.5 years on a space that is an empty shell. Yeah. So making sure that within your lease you say, the payments don't start until I have CO or wherever else. Yeah. But again, I didn't know. So
learning.
So all the boring business stuff, I can tell you.
No, but it's so important. Like that's the most important thing. And like, no one would, sometimes you don't think about things and then then someone tells you and you're like, oh, obviously, but no one would think about that.
And this is why, again, I think these conversations are so important because, if one person watches this and learns from anything that we discuss, or I'm learning from you all the time, you're learning from me, I feel like in a small community like this, we need to work together more and have these conversations and be able to pick up the phone and be like, hey, can I just ask your advice on this? And I don't think that happens enough.
Then that's super important. And that's one thing where I think during this whole process, so many people have been so supportive,
Mm.
but then there's also, and maybe it's being paranoid or whatever, but I feel like not everyone is, right? And so I think when you are supportive of someone opening a business, that's like the number one thing you can be to them, right? And so I have gotten advice from people that I would never have thought would have given me advice. And it's great advice. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe you're giving me advice about, you know, things that I thought maybe you would think that I'm your competition and this, but but really people surprise you. And I think you should take a risk and maybe ask more questions to people, because I think what people don't realize is a lot of people do want to help. A lot of people, we have done things, we have opened businesses. I would love to help people, even if it's California or here, anywhere. Like I want to help people succeed, and I feel like we don't see.
And we actually should help each other, because collaboration is
and
what
that is
makes
the thing,
us all
right?
stronger,
Yeah,
right?
and like look at me, like I've just opened a business, and you've had me on here, and you're so supportive, and I think everyone just working to help. There's enough for everyone to eat.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think just being supportive is just such a great quality, especially on a small island like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
it, I think.
Great.
We did it.
And
should we crack open the bottle of champagne
Yes,
now?
absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh my God, no, thank you. This was so great.